guys, it's Laura. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can easily make your own laminated cash envelopes. One of the things that I do to control my spending is to use a cash-based envelope system. This is part of my budgeting every month, and I wanted to show you how easily you can make your own cash envelopes. Some people just use regular envelopes for this, and that is totally fine. But if you want something that's going to be a little bit more durable and last you, and that can be kind of fun with new designs and fun patterns, I wanted to show you how to make your own laminated envelopes. Okay, to make your own laminated cash envelopes, you just need a few basic supplies. I'm using 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. It's the regular thin scrapbook paper. I've got 3 different sheets here because I'm going to show you 3 envelopes. I also have 1 sheet of laminating paper. I'm just using the Amazon Basics here. I have a laminator, also the Amazon Basics, and I have a cutter, which is the Fiskars brand. I'll link to all of these things in the description box below. So the first thing you need to do is decide how big you'd like your envelope. For me personally, I have my envelopes where they're just big enough to hold a dollar bill, and they still fit in my 31 All About the Benjamins wallet. You can really customize these though, and you can make them for any shape or size. They can be opening on the side, they can open on the top, they can have holes punched in them to fit into a Filofax or a Kate Spade planner. Anything you'd like to do, you can customize these. I'm gonna make them to fit into my wallet without hole punching, but I'll show you in a minute how you can customize those if you wanna do something for a planner that has holes. First thing, you need to go ahead and fold your paper. You'll decide which way you'd like your pattern to be, and you'll fold it in half. So in this case, I've got my striped paper, and I've decided I wanted the stripes to run up and down. So my actual envelope will be right about here. You're gonna use the folded edge as your guide later, so that is really important to have. You'll continue this for the other 2 sheets of paper, again, folding depending on how you'd like your design to be on your final envelope. Once you have them ready to go, I'm going to use the folded edge as my guide. You want to always make sure that this stays intact. So I'm going to take my cutters, and now for me, I know that I'm going to have my envelopes to be 6.5 inches by 3.25 inches cut. That makes their final dimension slightly larger because the lamination will extend on 3 sides just to help keep it durable and intact. But I already have markers on my rulers here, so I do not need to measure on the paper itself. I'm just going to take one of my papers, I'll put the folded edge up and go out to 6.5 inches and make my first cut. Then I'm going to turn it sideways, and again, folded edge stays intact. Here's the folded edge now, and I'll make my cut at 3.25 inch. This leaves me with my envelope size with a intact folded edge, and the rest are open. You'll repeat this process for the other 2 pieces. Okay, I have my 3 envelopes here. They are the direction that I'd like, and now they're ready to laminate. I'm gonna go ahead and take my sheet of lamination paper, and this time you're gonna wanna keep track of where you put these envelopes because you want to be able to know later which end to cut. So the first thing I'm gonna do is open up my lamination sheet. I'm gonna put them right against the factory edge with the cut side facing up. This way I know where the cut side is for the future. So I'm gonna have the cut edge up here and the factory edge is right here. I'll repeat for the second envelope, again, putting the cut edge up and against the factory edge. The third envelope, I'm gonna go ahead and put the cut edge towards the inside, and that's just my system of knowing where the cut edge is. And then we're gonna feed this through the laminator. Now keep in mind, if you're planning on using your envelopes in a Filofax or Kate Spade or other planner where you have to punch holes, you're going to want to leave enough space in the lamination to allow for the holes to be punched. I'm going to show you how to cut mine with just no holes being punched to fit in my wallet. What you're left with is your 3 envelopes in a laminated sheet of paper. And now you're going to make your cuts. You remember in this side envelope that this was the cut edge, and so I'm going to cut directly along this edge, but I want to leave a margin on the other 3. So I do that on my Fiskars cutter. There's actually an edge of the ruler of this plastic part that is approximately 1/8 of an inch, and that's about what I like to leave. So I'm going to line up the edge of my envelope with the edge of the ruler, not the center line, not the cut line, and then that will allow me to cut down and it leaves a little bit of an edge right there. The next side is the cut side, and this time I'm gonna line it up directly with the actual paper. My Fiskars cutter has a line here that I can see, so I know where to go and I don't have to measure anything. So by cutting down that, now you have your open side right there. The other two sides, I'm going to leave a small gap, so again, lining it up with the edge of my ruler, of my cutting surface, and going down. Here is the end product. Then you've got three sides with a small 1/8 inch lamination, and one that's open right there for your money. The folded edge is also down at the bottom so that you have just a little bit of extra reinforcement and durability there. Makes them last a little bit longer. The next side, we know here that this one is going to need a little bit of a gap, and the cut edge was on this side, so I will cut this straight with the paper. You can see. And this time the factory edge is on one side, so we don't need to worry about cutting that. And the last side is also going to have approximately 1/8 of an inch gap. And there's the finished product there. One more time for the last one. We know the bottom needs a little bit of a gap. The side needs a little bit of a gap. And the other part is where the money is coming out, and it needs to be open. So there we go. So as you can see, it's very easy to customize your own laminated envelopes in any size or shape that you might need. And you can adjust this very easily depending on what you want. From here, I will go ahead and label them because you know how much I love labels. And so I do use my trusty label maker to go ahead and type out a label that I'll put on the middle. This one is kind of fun, so I'm gonna put it as my Fun Money envelope, and I will just type out Fun Money and check the size to be what I want, and then I'll go ahead and print. From here, it's just a matter of sticking the label right onto your envelope. You could also just write on here with Sharpies. If you don't have a label maker, that's totally fine also. Or you can use labels from your computer. So I will go ahead and stick this one on. And this is my finished laminated envelope. Now you can see how quick and easy it is for you to make your own cash envelopes. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Do you use cash envelopes or cash budgeting as part of your strategies? Also, if you want to use a laminated cash envelope and you don't really want to take the time to make your own, I do have an Etsy shop, and I will link it in the description box below. You can order laminated cash envelopes in a wide variety of patterns and prints. If you found this video helpful, I would love it if you gave it a big thumbs up, like it, and share it with a friend. And if you're new to this channel, I invite you to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I post videos every week about simple living, minimalist lifestyle, budgeting, DIY, and my 31 business. I hope you'll join me on the next one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!